In this video, we're going to be talking about avoiding brand-dominated niches, and we're going to be getting a little bit deeper in depth into kind of even maybe looking at niches that might have a brand, but how we could still sell within them. So, in a nutshell, you want to own your own buy box on your product page, and I'm going to show you what that means in a moment when we actually jump over to Amazon and live. I'll show you what I'm talking about. But what that really means is that you really don't want to have any competitors on your product page for whatever it is that you're selling. And so that's what it means to own your own buy box. And again, I'll show that to you in a few moments. You do not want to be just another reseller of products. We are not going to be reselling products. We're going to be creating our own branded products, so that will not be a component of this. So you don't want to be somebody else just selling another branded water filter or spatula or iPod product or iPod accessory, things like that. The product you sell needs to not have strong brand name competitors that dominate the market. I've said this a couple of times, but I really wanted to bring that back out. You really want to stay away from brand dominated niches. For example, would you want to sell tissues against Kleenex? No, you really wouldn't want to do that. I mean, that's a very good example of a daily household product, tissue paper, nose tissue paper that you wouldn't want to compete in that space, because everybody's going to buy Kleenex because Kleenex is what people think of when they think of, nose tissue paper. See, I don't even know what to call it. Everybody calls it Kleenex. So let's look at some examples. Okay, so let me pull my internet browser back over. And for this example, I'm actually going to be in the kitchen and dining top level category. Remember, you can always go into these subcategories as well when you're looking at identifying good products. So these are the top 100 best sellers in the top level kitchen and dining. Again, you can look at, this is a subcategory, you can go there as well. So let's talk about some things we would not want to do. Would I want to sell water filters against Brita? Maybe. I mean, just because Brita is a major brand in the water filter space, that doesn't mean that every single water filter out there is being sold is a Brita. There are definitely other water filters out there. And, those are things. These blender bottles are great. I mean, would you want to sell a blender bottle? Not necessarily. I wouldn't want to compete against them brand, but these little bottles that you put protein in, you shake them up and you drink them, great opportunity. So you can create your own brand. That's all Blender's done, is created a really great brand. Okay? So kind of moving down, I did spot one here a minute ago. These are a great example. Okay, let's look at, this is a spatula. Now this is a branded spatula, so we can look at this as an example of how we could or couldn't do it. Okay, so it's number 13 in the top 100. So it is selling thousands of units a day, guys, a day. So let's look at the Wilton spatula. Now Wilton is a branded spatula. Okay, but let's look at a couple of other things. This is the buy box. Okay, you want to own your own buy box. So you do not want to be somebody else selling the Wilton branded spatula. For example, you can see these are all people that are selling this spatula. In fact, there are 61 used and new selling this spatula, this Wilton 570-1121 spatula. These are all the people that are selling it. Okay, you do not want to be these guys. Because why? You want to own your own buy box, and you do not want other people on your product page selling whatever it is you're going to be selling. Okay? It's very, very important that you get what I just said. You want to own your own buy box. Now, let's flip this. Could you go to China or maybe a United States manufacturer and find a similar looking spatula, brand it as your own? For example, mine could be Austin's Home Accessories. Again, I'm just making that up. That's a horrible brand, but you get my point. And then now I've got a private label product. Austin's Wonderful Spatulas, that's my product brand. And that's what's going to be in the title. But I want you to notice a couple of things since we're here. This is not a very good product listing, guys. One image, not a great image. no images of people using the product, horrible product title. These bullets, you use these to put in benefits. No real good descriptive content written here. Frequently bought together. Again, no additional real product details. Look, product description, perfect for all your banking needs. This is blah, 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 blah. This is bad. This is bad. And this product is number 13 in kitchen and dining. They are selling thousands of units a day of this product. A day of this product. That's how big this is selling. Now, I don't know anything about Wilton. They may have some kind of offline marketing that's going on and people are just looking for that brand. But again, do you really care if you buy a spatula what the brand is? You don't. Maybe 5% of the overall market does. But most people, they just want a spatula. I need a red spatula. Go buy a red spatula. You know, that's all they need. So that's an example of what not to do, how to stay out of brands or in particular niches. Like, let's look and see if there's anything else we wouldn't do. Let's go to the next set and see if there's something, you know, would you want to get into the coffee grinder space? No, because you're going to be selling its major brand. Would you want to get into the Cuisinart? You know, again, that's almost like Kleenex. Cuisinart, you know, the food blender. But here's an example. There's some more blender bottles. These protein shaker bottles, let's look at that. These protein shaker bottles are huge. You know, you put your protein in, you put water in, shake them up, you take them on, and you go. But again, I want you to notice something. Not great images, guys. Not great images. We'll get into these in more videos later and how you actually set yourself apart. But I want you to kind of start thinking about this. You know, good images. Bad title, needs a really descriptive title. No benefits in these points. Again, this is being sold by a bunch of other people. There's 21 people selling this total. You know, product details right here. Product descriptions, not bad. That's probably pretty decent right there. I'm not going to read all of that, but you get the point. Okay, so let's see real quickly if there's anything else. You know, again, Cuisinart. I'm just kind of looking, you know, like right here. That's a good product. Silicone hot handle holder. Now, it may not be good for other reasons. Actually, it's too cheap. We'll get into that in the other videos when we actually identify the products. But that's the kind of stuff we're thinking about. You know, is stuff that has no real brand dominated stuff. Are these Tupperware bowls? Well, maybe not. Look at me. I just used the word Tupperware. But look at this. What about pans? That might be good, but not necessarily because of price. Price is maybe a little bit too low. There you go. Perfect example of a can opener. Maybe not. You know, again, price is probably not the right for us, but you kind of start to see how I'm looking at some of these things. Another blender bottle, man. They're selling those like crazy. What is this? Strawberry Holler. You know, no, not necessarily. We want to look for stuff in certain prices. Again, we'll talk about that a little bit later. I'm just kind of looking here, see if anything jumps out at me. You know, these Tupperware sets could be a good opportunity because the pricing is not bad. Now, do people buy Tupperware sets? Look at me, I'm using a brand name, Rubbermaid, Tupperware. Maybe that might not be a very good market, right? Those are examples, okay? All right, so that's probably it for this video. Let's make sure we covered everything. Yep, you want to own your own buy box. You do not want to be another reseller, you know, you just really want to identify niches that are good. Okay, so let's move on to the next video.